In the late 80s, Michael Eisner and Jim Henson were working on plans for Disney to buy the Muppets. Eisner would handle the business side of things, and Jim Henson would handle the creative side. The deal would have been commemorated with a year-long celebration at Disneyland. The idea was that after 35 years of running the park, Mickey would need a break, and in 1991 he'd go on vacation and leave Kermit the Frog in charge of Disneyland. There'd be special parades, Muppet figures added to classic rides, adding Muppet Vision 3D to Main Street, and most bafflingly, the Matterhorn would be painted Kermit Green. On the East Coast, a new Muppet Studios Land would be added to Disney MGM Studios theme park. It would bring the Muppets' crazy and chaotic style to a new land for the whole family, in a park desperately in need of one. The highlight would have been the Great Muppet Movie Ride, which would take guests through parodies of some of cinema's greatest moments, including a few jabs at Disney classics. There's also going to be Muppet Vision 3D and a Rizzo the Rat themed pizza place. The deal between Eisner and Henson was nearly complete, but then tragedy struck in 1990. Jim Henson passed away, and his family didn't want his legacy to be sold to Disney. Nearly everything planned for the Muppets in the theme parks was cancelled beyond a simple, temporary stage show called Here Comes the Muppets, that ran from 1990 to 1991 in the Studios Park. Frank Oz, the voice of Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear, stepped in to share the completed Muppet Vision film with the Henson family. It was the last major project that Jim had worked on, and they agreed that releasing the show would be the best way to honor his legacy. So in 1991, Muppet Vision 3D opened to guests in Disney's MGM Studios, and was an instant success. In the following years, not too much else happened with the Muppets in the theme parks. There was a small outdoor show, Muppets on Location, Days of Swine and Roses, that ran from 1991 to 1994, and a Muppet-themed float in the Disney Stars and Motorcars Parade, both in the Studios Park. In California Adventure, a copy of Muppet Vision opened with the park in 2001, but that was about it until in 2004 when the Henson family finally agreed to sell the Muppets to Disney. Of course, the Muppets were a bit less popular and culturally relevant in the mid-2000s than they were at their peak in the early 90s, so Disney took it slow. In 2007, they added a roaming street show, the Muppet Mobile Lab, moving it between a few different theme parks over the years. In 2010, Disney used the Muppets as the hosts for the Give a Day, Get a Day promotion, encouraging volunteer work. Things started to ramp up in 2016 when the Muppets Present Great Moments in American History was added to Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom as a live puppet show. That same year, the Muppets finally got their own land in Disney's Hollywood Studios. After much of the streets of America were demolished to make way for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the remaining bits around Muppet Vision were rethemed as Muppet's Courtyard, and the Rizzo the Rat pizza place was finally added, although scaled back from the original concept art. It seems as if patriotism was seen as a better fit for Muppets than rat pizza, since less than a year later, Muppet's Courtyard became Grand Avenue. In 2020, a Sam Eagle restaurant was added to Epcot, with rumors of a Muppet-themed replacement for Hall of Presidents being discussed. Perhaps this means that the future of the Muppets with Disney involves a presidential run. They could even paint the White House Kermit Green, just like the Matterhorn. Big thanks and shout out to Emma Spicer for suggesting this episode. Muppets were a great idea for a topic. Although there was a lot to cover, some might have said trying to talk about all this much in only pi minutes was irrational. Waka waka.